run begins. You don't like the sword boomerang? I mean, you have to pick attacks in Act 1, so I don't... Sure. I mean, I agree. Sword boomerang's better. But the heavy blade did end up paying off. It was what the deck was doing at the end. Okay, so we have 100 gold options, so we should look at the map and see if we can spend it. We kind of can. We could go to this this shop. Take 2 fights before the shop and 1 fight after. Yeah, buying a mango, though, seems pretty appealing. Silent tends to have a lot of problems maintaining health in the early dungeon, or the early spire. Yeah, I haven't heard from her today. She must be, yeah, she's napping in the sun over there. How's it going, White Fang? So if we take the money, we probably take these 2 question marks and still go on this route. Can we get 3 elites? What's the route look like? We can, but only if we don't go the way I was talking about. We have to go this weird path where we only take late elites. Then we take a bunch of them in a row. Okay. Well, let's do it. Yeah, Coconut has not yelled at us at all. Totally silent. She must be up to something. Put this guy to 4 so that when we're weak we can still kill him. Great. Alright, I guess we could have blocked out 2 and not killed them. Let's try to maintain as much health as we can. Ooh, we missed on the 18 damage triple strike lethal out, so we take 4 more. Alright, Poison Stab is one of my favorite floor 1 cards for Silent. It's the best damage common they got. Backflip is nice too. Finisher's kind of fun with shivs and stuff. But Poison Stab is a great way to start, so let's do that. Alright, if it's a floor 1 golden idol and I've already lost some health, then I will happily take it. Or floor 2. That's about the best golden idol you can get. Okay, who are we poisoning? We're breaking both, and we're playing Survivor. We're going to be weakened, so we're only going to be able to do 4 damage next turn. So if we poison him, the poison itself does 5, the poison stab does 6, so he's taking 11 and goes to 5. So we actually can't kill him with a single strike. So I think we'll do it on the other one, so that the poison has 1 extra turn to tick, and then 4 kills him perfectly. Apparently my math was wrong, because that's not a convenient way to kill him. But we can kill him with these, and defend. Actually, as silly as it is, I'm going to restart the fight to save 2 health here. I should have put the neutralize on the back one, and just killed the front one and ignored the poison damage efficiency. Because my health is way more important than allocating my damage efficiently. Okay, 1 damage in the fight so far, and looks like we're able to end with that. Deadly Poison goes pretty well with Poison Stab. None of these are good against Gremlin Knob, which is kind of the problem with being a silent in Act 1. But Deadly Poison does a ton of damage. The boss is Hexaghost, so it's a bit of a race. Poison tends to be pretty good against Hexaghost, because you can ignore his armor, which he generates. That's true. Deadly Poison is good against turn 1. knob. I think it's the pick here. We don't have enough money to go to the shop because we spent it all on Niao's delicious mango. We could get some extra gold, but we're just losing 32. And we have kind of an aggressive route planned where we're doing 3 late elites, so I think we're going to maintain the health here. We'll get the gold back from Golden Idol. Last easy fight is a jawworm. We could take 4 to develop 6 damage. Or we could try to take 0 in the fight. I think try and take 0 in the fight's a little bit greedy. I think we need to do some damage. Alright, good fight. Probably could have got taken 0 in. Maybe should have been a little greedier. These are all bad against Gremlin Knob. Backflip is a good card, though. Yeah, I don't tremendously mind having a backflip curse against Gremlin Knob. So we're going on this weird route with all the late elites. So we're going to go this way. Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, it was correct to go for 0 damage because we could have gotten it. But it's hard to know if you're in that situation or not. I think it's Deadly Poison versus Poison Stab. They both have pretty good upgrades. I like Deadly Poison more overall because eventually you want to be like, you know, Burst Deadly Poisoning or like Catalyst or something. But Poison Stab is marginally better against Gremlin Knob. Also, Deadly Poison kind of whiffs against sentries sometimes. Although we do have Poison Stab, so not completely. But I think I'll take the Deadly Poison upgrade. It's just better. First hard fight. Ouch, they're all attacking. We could block for 15 and take 8. We can't kill any of them. Is this a power potion? We could go into Wraith mode. If we get Wraith form, it saves us 8 health. If we do the one that blocks for 1 per card, saves us 3 health this turn, maybe 6 health over the course of the fight. I think we don't power potion. I think we're just getting beat up here. Let's see what's in here. Now we can kill one. Poison Stab plus Deadly Poison kills one. And then we take 8. Or Defend blocks for 10. So Poison Stab, Deadly Poison blocks for 8. Defend blocks for 10. But Poison Stab, Deadly Poison also blocks next turn. Whereas Defend it does not. So this says 9, this says 7. So we can't kill that one. We can kill that one. Okay. We're going to strike both and neutralize this one. That's fine. We can probably block out here, or we definitely block out Survivor. Let's see if we can draw something. Let's just kill him with that. Let's see if we can draw 2 attacks next turn. It's not exactly what I meant by an attack, but I guess it works. Second deadly poison. Dagger spray is great. Die also great. These are all really good. I would pick any of these. Die is a little bit better at hard hallway fights than dagger spray, because it can just like clear a mob with slimes. And that fight in particular can be pretty challenging. Dagger spray does a little bit more residual damage, but that kind of depends on you getting like strength scaling. I think I like die better. Healing for 23 looks pretty appealing. I don't think the marginal deck size change from die is that big of a deal. Alright, so we're taking this elite, I think. We're healing, taking that elite, and then this hallway fight, and then healing again, most likely. There's no shop, so we're definitely not doing that. And I don't think the max HP is better than healing. We do get to heal pretty much perfectly here. Ink bottle's great. Hi, Coal Powered, how's it going? Die is great in this fight. If we double strike, how likely are we to have lethal on the front sentry next turn? I'm doing good, just doing my stream. I started off with a really bad but kind of funny run where I tried to Niao's Gift on a Mega Elite, but then I got two question marks turned out to be hallway fights, and they ruined my gift, and I died. But that was several runs ago at this point. So if I double strike, I do 12 damage. He's at 14. Gonna do 14 damage next turn. 14 damage is strike poison stab, so not at all unlikely. It's like approximately 50%. But that means I'm taking 10 this turn. But that's why we're rested, right? So we can take risks with health total. But if we don't double strike, there's no way we kill him. There's kind of an alternate line here where it's like we could poison stab to remove artifact and then neutralize next turn. So we're taking 17 and then block with survivor backflip. So block for 13 and take a 4. And if that's the line, we should like double defend this turn. Yeah, so here's a list of all the Ascension bonuses. They're all actually quite different and fairly complicated. So it's sort of beyond the scope of this stream to explain what each of them does. But yeah, in general, it makes the game harder. So let's see, how likely are these different lines? The line where we block for a lot requires three specific cards, and then one of these 3 cards. Getting 3 specific cards out of 5 is not super likely. It's much less likely than the poison stab plus strike line to kill. So I think I'll go for the kill. I guess I could have gone for the back one. I would, because the poison stab strike line still kills him. Thanks for the follow, Coal Powered. Appreciate it. Are you actually powered by coal? The people want to know. So I think it's reasonable to choose either order for poison stab and neutralize. If you neutralize first, then you actually get to apply the poison, and then we do 9 damage and then 11, and then 12. Actually, it's probably not reasonable. now that I think about it, because he's going to be within the range of dying to 1 strike next turn if we play both on him. So we should play them in this order to reduce the damage that he does. And then defend survivor. And take 4. I'm going to backflip before I strike. Actually, no. I'm going to strike before I backflip. I want the strike in the shuffle. There's lots of dazes in this deck, so if I strike before I shuffle, the density of good cards in the deck goes up slightly. And I think I'll go ahead and block out here. Okay, same trick here. We could either neutralize Poison Stab or Poison Stab neutralize. If we Poison Stab neutralize, he only hits us for 7 and we can block out with Survivor. But that only actually blocks for effectively 2, because Survivor was going to block 8 of it anyway. So I think I want the extra damage, which means we could put it on either target. So if we do the front guy, we're doing 3 plus 9 plus 6, so 12, 18, and then it's going to do an extra 2 next turn, so 20 total, so we just have to find 1 strike next turn, which is approximately 50%. That seems reasonable. We found it. This Deadly Poison is not super happy because it just removes 1 artifact charge, but whatever. I guess we could have put the strike on the back one and Deadly Poison to the front one to kill it. Depends on how valuable we think the artifact charges are. But I implicitly valued it at better than 6 health, which I think, looking back on it, it's probably a mistake. Although we happened to draw the Deadly Poison again before we drew Neutralize, so maybe it worked out. Okay, took a bunch of damage. Meat on the Bone is great. Silent has a lot of problems with finding healing, so getting Meat on the Bone is really amazing. Silent also loves to become a ghost, and the Intangible event, or the Council of Ghosts event, takes half of your max HP. So if you lose half of your max HP, then the percentage of your max HP that 12 health represents is much larger. So Meat on the Bone is great and continues to get better. Skewers available. I tried to do a Chemical X silent run yesterday and never found the skewer, so I'm still sort of looking for one. We could take a defensive card too. We've taken 1 backflip. We've got a lot of potions. I like Skewer quite a bit as silent. Hi T1, how's it going? Yeah, we're not like full of attack cards, and Skewer's really good, so I'll take Skewer. This fight's always pretty scary, but he's not attacking on turn 1. We'll just do max damage. Yeah, Slay the Spire is a great game. So we have 18 damage available, which would put him at 35, which does not break him. He breaks at 34. We could Vulnerable Potion him, which would mean that we would do 27 damage, and then he would be at 16. Wait, is that right? No, that's not right. He'd be at, oh my god, 27? Yeah, 27. Okay. Hi, Huff. Oh, you were waving to T1. I apologize. This is like that awkward time in high school when you thought somebody waved at you, but they were actually waving at somebody behind you, and you waved awkwardly. But now it's 2 people in my own chat, and I'm the person waving behind awkwardly somehow still. We could just take 8. We have kind of a magic health total too. We want to be at 35 so that we heal. And if we take 8, we go to exactly 35. So, seems pretty good to take 8 here. Oh wait, we're not taking 8, we're taking 12. That's true. It's like Hoff just like interrupted a conversation that you were having with me, and just to like wave at somebody behind me. I got very confused and waved back. I guess I should have known that the "Hey guys" emote was not intended for me because you've been here the whole time. I'm not enthusiastic about taking 12 because 12 is all that meat on the mode heals for anyway. Technically, our best case scenario end of fight health here is 47, because if we go to 35 and heal for 12, then we go to 47. If we use the vulnerable pot here, we're more likely to be able to get there. Breaking at 27 is fine. It's not great, but I don't think this deck is likely to do much better. Also, having Die available to use as AoE on the little mini slimes is pretty good. Although we might get a better break next turn with Skewer Die. Or rather, Die Skewer, because otherwise I would use all my energy. So I guess we'll just wait for next turn. Double defend strike. Set him up. Alright, here's Skewer Die. Poison Stab does more damage per energy than Skewer, so I'll Poison Stab as well. It's a much better break, but the pressure's on a little bit, because now every piece of damage I take from a Spike Slime is real damage. Because we're below 35. Can I kill this back Spike Slime? He's at 18, this does 9, plus 6 is 15, plus another 6 is 21, so yes, we can kill him. So let's do that. Okay, looks like we got the kill. Healed back to our original health total. Take 12, heal 12. Caltrops is pretty good against Hexaghost. It's also good against the Heart, obviously. Backstab is convenient for ink bottle purposes, so is Deflect. Are we fighting this elite? We're at 43. I think if we take Backstab, we're pretty good against an elite, because we can Fear Pot Backstab on turn 1. Also, obviously, we're like super greedy, so taking an elite, healing, and taking another elite seems good. Plus, Caltrops is like generally weak. There's like a couple fights where it's standout. One of those happens to be the hardest fight in the game, the Heart fight. But most of the time, it's actually not very good. And I don't know if we can afford to carry around the card that's not that good. All right, this looks like a Vulnerable Potion Backstab Skewer turn to main. Found ourselves a Lonely Gremlin Knob. Why am I standing? It's good for your health. I like standing at standing desks. It's how I prefer to work. This is just my desk, so yeah. I just stand all the time. It's crazy. Yeah, Gremlin Knob is kind of a pain. We still have Vulnerable up next turn, so Die is going to do 13 plus 6 is 19 damage. Assuming we get Die, Double Strike, Neutralize. Or I guess Die. No, Double Strike is more damage than Strike Neutralize. So Die, Double Strike, Neutralize. God, I've said die a lot of times. If you counted each die from die die die. We'd probably up into the mid 30s by now. So die to die plus 2 strikes plus neutralize is 19 plus 18 is 36. So that's already a kill. Also, it's 37. So most likely we have a kill next turn. So we can probably just double defend. Let's see, how do we miss this? If die to die and strike are missing, then we have strike, strike, deadly poison, neutralize, which is 18 plus 7 is 23 plus 5 is 28. Plus the 5 damage from this poison ticking down. So 28, so we would miss by 1 damage. If we get specifically die to die and strike. It's not that unlikely that we miss die to die and strike. It's fairly unlikely that we miss die to die, but it's pretty likely that strike is one of the last 2 cards because there's 3 of them. So it's basically the 2 in 7 that we miss die to die. 50% of that. So it's like a 1 in 7 chance that we fail to kill Gremlin Knob next turn. So to protect against that, we will strike this turn and then defend 1 time. Ooh, that was kind of dangerous. I did not think about Ink Bottle, and that could have been bad, but it turned out it was good, so whatever. Or not good, but non-bad. Okay. Well, that changes things a little bit. Art of War is a pretty important relic, especially if you're Silent, because Silent can definitely have an entire deck that only plays skills, especially once Act 1 is over. We have committed to a couple of attacks, but luckily for us, we chose attacks that exhaust. So really the only attacks we've added to the deck after the first shuffle are Poison Stab and Skewer. So as long as we choose almost only skills from here on out, we can probably proc Art of War almost every turn. Speaking of choosing skills, Backflip. Right? Backflip. We ended that fight at kind of an awkward health total. We didn't heal, so we're like just above our meat on the bone heal point. If the next fight, let's see, the next fight can't be Gremlin Knob again because the last fight was Gremlin Knob. So it's either Lagavulin or Sentries. Do we beat both Lagavulin and Sentries with 37 if we take a upgrade here? I think we do. We've got some pretty good cards. And we get a Skewer upgrade, which is really effective in both of those fights. So I think we'd go for it. Having extra health left over is good, but it's worse against Hexaghost than it is in any other situation, because Hexaghost punishes you for having high health in a manner that we'll probably talk about when we get a little closer to it. Deadly Poison is not very effective right here, so we'll probably just double defend, strike, backstab. Yeah, so Hexaghost, the way he works is he does an extra... on his second turn, he attacks 6 times, and the amount of damage that he does in his multi-attack increases by 1 for every 12 health you have. When you cross a when you're gaining health, you gain 1 health per health that you gain, except every 12th health you kind of gain -6 health, because you gain -5 because you gain the 1 health, but then you take 6 extra damage, unless you have a source of weak. But yeah. Okay, we probably don't want to skip Die because it's really good, but then I'm tempted to have the line be neutralize Survivor, discarding Die and Skewer him, because that kills him perfectly and blocks for 8. But then skipping Die seems really stupid. So maybe we Survivor away the neutralize, or maybe we Survivor away the Sender's Bane, neutralize the back guy, and then Die Skewer on the front guy. Yes, but that current HP divided by 12 plus 1 term, like all Slay the Spire math, is rounded down. So it does hit a break point there every 12th health. Why not survive the curse? Yeah, we could. We're missing 3 damage on neutralize. Oh, you mean, sorry. When you said survive the curse, I assumed what you meant is leave the curse in hand so that it can exhaust at the end of my turn. Because there is some amount of value associated with that. But then there's like an actual card called Survivor that you were suggesting I use on the curse. Yes, that's totally an option. The only bad thing is I'm basically just shuffling another Daze into my deck when I do that, as opposed to getting rid of it right now. But I think that probably has more value than I think 3 damage has more value than shuffling a Daze into the deck, so I'll do it. Stop belly aching. Alright, now we're at the perfect health total, so if we can manage to take 0 for the rest of the fight, we get to heal to 47. We can take 0 this turn by backflip defending, and then poison stab the back sentry because he has no artifact charge, maybe? I don't think it's very realistic to pretend that we're not going to take any damage for the rest of the fight, so we should do whatever's best this turn to make sure that we're killing him next turn. So next turn we're doing 6 damage to him, at least. Let's assume it's exactly 6. So let's try and do 19 damage. So this does 9 damage this turn and 2 damage next turn for a total of 11. So if we do 11, then we would need to do 12 more to reach 19, because 11 plus 6 is only 17. So we would be off by 1 again. Oh wait, no, it does 1 damage at the end of the turn too. Oh wait, no, we're counting the 2 as the 2 at the end of next turn. Let's trust next turn to find its own defend. Because we have a backflip next turn. Yeah, so backflip plus defend is a pretty good outcome. Oh, I was assuming the poison would kill him over time, but it's not going to. So I have to spend another attack on him now. This is not what I was planning on. Hopefully we can find another attack in here. Pretty likely. That'll do. I think that was a 0 damage fight. We started at 37 and ended at 37. I wouldn't have noticed unless I talked about why 37 was an awkward life total before the fight. Okay, so we probably want to avoid taking Dagger Throw, because we have Art of War. And a second copy of Deadly Poison seems pretty appealing. So let's take it. Unfortunately, we're right above 36, which is a Hexaghost breakpoint. But if we heal for 21, we pass another Hexaghost breakpoint, so we really only heal for 15. So we could just Smith instead. I think we're going to survive, right? If we Smith the Deadly Poison. I believe. No point in saving Backstab. We could use Power Potion now. If we get one of the like per attack cards. Yeah, so, okay, so because this is a strategy game, we want to, and it's a very snowbally one, we want to use options that get us ahead early, and then by the time we're like late in the game, hopefully we've got like 3 copies of Intangible Plus and like 2 Wraith forms and like a Well-Laid Plans and like a Burst and Nightmare and like Catalysts and stuff, and we can totally trivialize any fight we see. And at that point, it costs us very little to take the key instead of resting. But right now, it's super important that we like power up as much as possible so that we can actually beat this boss. Because if we took the key now, we would be slightly underpowered, and we'd have to overcome that small power disadvantage by like, taking other sort of bad bets. So you basically take the keys as late as possible. If you could take them all in the last part of Act 3, in the second half of Act 3, then that's probably fine. Sometimes you take one early, but yeah. The blue key in particular, if you see a really bad relic, like if you see the one that gives you max HP per curse or something, then you can be like, all right, fine, I'll take the blue key. And the green key is like, if your pathing works out such that you can take an extra elite and the only way to get it is to do the mega elite, then great. Okay, so if we power potion, we can find a couple of things that give us advantages per attack. There's one that gives you block per attack, there's one that gives you damage per card you play, and there's one that gives you poison whenever an attack does damage. However, the power potion is a pretty important resource because we can use it to get Wraith form later. But I think we're going to need the power potion in this fight, and since there are some powers that require you to use them pretty much on the first turn of the fight to get maximum value, I will drink it now. If we get a Wraith form, that's fine, we'll just leave it in the deck. Hey Redbeardy, I would have thought you were already a follower, but I guess maybe you unfollowed and refollowed, who knows. So Envenom is the one I was talking about. So we can take an Envenom or Noxious Fumes. Both generate quite a bit of poison. And it's really just a question of which one generates more poison. And I'm really not sure what the answer is. How many attacks are in the deck? We got 5 strikes, 6, 7, 8-ish, 9. Got sort of 9 attacks. We're not going to play all of them every shuffle, and we go through them every 3 turns. So if we played all of them and we played them, and we go through them every 3 turns, 2 of them do exhaust, so it's not quite right. Then we would get 3 poison per turn. But Noxious Fumes is 2 poison, and it works even if we block. So I think we're going to pick Noxious Fumes, even though it's a little bit worse this turn, because this turn in particular we're doing 4 attacks, so we would get 4 poison. So Envenom definitely starts off stronger. Actually, starting off strong is pretty important because of the way poison stacks. So I think I will go with Envenom. Also, it costs more, so it must be worth more, right? Creepy no music Hexaghost. So we definitely want a deadly poison. I think we probably want a survivor backflip too. I guess let's see what we get with the backflip. And the ink bottle, because I was totally tracking that and did it on purpose. He's hitting for 24. We are currently taking 11. We could take 6 instead, or we could take 11 to develop 7 poison. I think developing 7 poison is pretty good. Whenever you deal unblocked attack damage. So I can't skewer for 0 to proc Envenom. That's what I was checking. Okay, so we're going to backflip and double deadly poison. I definitely should have picked the Noxious Fumes, I guess. It would have been way ahead by now. But that's okay. Maybe not way ahead, but I think it would have been ahead. Backflip causes a shuffle. These are kind of low quality cards, so I will cause a shuffle so that they get left behind. Okay. Yeah, we should be in good shape. We just need to block out for the rest of the fight, basically. Power pots are strong. I guess we're looking for lethal this turn. Let's see, 20. Yeah, that's lethal. Great. Alright, 1,000 Cuts is another one of those cards I was talking about. It doesn't really belong in the deck, but it's pretty good when it costs 0. Malaise works pretty well with Art of War. Also, we have a skewer. So if we can find an energy relic and / or a chemical axe, we'd be pretty happy to have that Malaise. Also, Malaise is just super good on its own against Book of Stabbing. A Kieran with some wise words. Which one of these cards is the rarest? They're all rare. Yeah, I think we got some kind of junky choices with the 1,000 Cuts and the Storm of Steel. So we'll take the Malaise. All right. We probably want to become a 4 energy deck. That seems important. Is Storm the rarest pick? Why is that rarest? Oh, the rarest pick, I see. We have 2 copies of Backflip, so we should probably take an Energy Relic, which means probably no Astrolabe. Astrolabe is the best one at finding you Catalyst. Catalyst would be good. Also finds you Burst sometimes. That's true. Storm does have Ink Bottle synergy. You can play every card in your hand and then draw. Busted Crown is kind of interesting. I think we need to find Catalyst, though. We need Catalyst too much to take Busted Crown here. Cursed Key, we were talking about taking keys in Act 1. Taking the heart enabling keys. Cursed Key is an excellent reason to take the blue key in Act 1. Taking the blue key in Act 1 means that you can skip boss chests with impunity. So let's take that. Yeah, getting energy is super powerful. There's a bunch of cards that like cost 3, and it's really awkward to spend your whole turn playing them. But even beyond that, just being able to play 4 1-cost cards is really powerful. Energy relics are definitely worth it. Although it is frequently you're picking the energy relic that has the downside that you care about the least. Or Snecko Eye, or Runic Pyramid. We have 300 gold, so we should probably go to a shop. We have a bunch of question marks, so we could turn into a vampire, and then fight this elite, get a fire, and then get a really late elite for one of these two. Or we could go to the right side, there's way more question marks, but we have to skip a shop. And then we're like, if we go to this fire, we're forced into a Mega Elite. We got a really late shop. I think I like this early shop route so that we don't die before we get to the late shop. Oh, we do have Maw Bank, so maybe we should have saved it for the late shop. It's kind of greedy though. But sometimes greedy stuff is correct. Happy to give you the mood anytime, Redbeardy, if you know what I mean. Okay, so neutralize, we want to hit on plated armor, so we probably want to hit hit him with either strike or die-to-die. Die-to-die does more damage, so let's do that one. And then neutralize the block a little bit, draw a card, backflip, and we could either block for 5 or deal 6, remove a plated armor. Most of our damage comes from poison, so I think we probably care more about defending. Alright, we can malaise for 4. So he would go down to 8 attack and then be weakened, so he'd go down to 6. We could survive our malaise. That seems good. Alright, we can block out and play all the rest of the cards in the hand, so that seems good. Get that poison started. Our frail has worn off, weirdly. Usually I feel like he keeps the frail going the whole fight. Let's go ahead and block out and develop a little bit more poison. Keep the weak up. Alright, now we only need to do 3 damage, and that does 7. Regen pot's nice. We're not really a tactician deck. Or Riddle with Holes or Master Stab. In fact, these are pretty garbage cards. So I will not take any of them. We can get a relic and then immediately remove the curse. That does force us to break open the Maw Bank, but I tend to not be too greedy with Maw Bank. I'm pretty happy if Maw Bank gives me, you know, 36 gold. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. What's the... Do I have a side quest or something? Did I fail to do a side quest? I'm not sure what T1 is talking about. Yeah, let's go for it. Regal Pillow. Oh, I see. Yeah. I guess we could take one more fight before we break Maw Bank. Oh wait, now we'd be doing it with a curse. What was the curse? Writhe. Writhe isn't too bad with Silent, because you draw so many cards on turn 1. We're skipping a fire though, because we get one of these 2 fires if we take this elite, but if we take this elite we don't get that. So I'll take this shop. Ooh, Snecko Skull. Yes, please. We could buy these 2 and leave the Writhe in the deck. I'm always doing that. It's never a good idea, but I do it anyway. So let's take the Snecko Skull and remove the Writhe, so I just don't even have the option of leaving it in the deck. And then I can take Well-Laid Plan's Piercing Whale. Those are some good cards. Seems like the deck could use a couple more good cards. Okay. We could get Jaxed. Usually mutagens is the choice for me. This has no downside. You don't have to like put a card in your deck, and there's no bad outcomes. But I think here we probably transform the 2 strikes. Strikes are actually actively bad because of Art of War. So like if they were anything else, that would be nice. They're not guaranteed to not be attacks when they come back, but they are guaranteed to not be strikes anymore. Yuck. Well, flying knee's okay. It concentrates pretty bad. Alright, no vampirism for us. I guess theoretically we could get it here if we go that way. We're really looking for a catalyst, so I think we take the card reward here. Bouncing Flask is good too, with the Snecko Skull. We don't have much block. Oh, there is a catalyst. I thought there wasn't one. Yeah, I guess we take the catalyst, right? I said I wanted it. We got it. No more thinking. It's really great to malaise on Gremlin Leader because he has a big old multi-attack that he likes to whomp you with. But I would also like to kill this fat gremlin before he debuffs me. And maybe block, because we're getting attacked for 33. We can backstab plus strike to kill fat gremlin, and then melees for 3. Or we could backstab strike survivor, melees for 2. Those numbers are a little bit smaller than 4, though. But yeah, I think letting Fat Gremlin debuff you is kind of a death sentence, so we're doing that. I think we can tank the rest, though. We have a regen pot. We'll make it. I guess I should have used the regen pot that turn. But whatever, I'll use it now. It's probably a long enough fight. Let's backflip. Wow, Die is a really inconvenient amount of damage to Sneaky Gremlin. I guess we save Die for when there's more gremlins around. So then we like Deadly Poison. Maybe we should, no, this is wrong. I don't want to miss poison on Gremlin Leader. I immediately regretted that decision. Okay, and I will drink the regen pot on turn 1. Backflip. And let's do the Deadly Poison on there. Yeah, I'm not shy at restarting the fight. I think it's fine. You need some discipline to not exploit it. But for me, there's a pretty clear dividing line where as long as you're not using information that you gained about the future of the shuffle to your advantage, then you're not cheating. Or I guess the future of the AI's choices. So we could discard 3 cards and then play the last 2 cards really hard. Which I guess I will do because it's fun. I guess there's some synergy there between Concentrate and X-Cost stuff. To restart a fight, you save and quit, and then go back to the main menu and hit continue. Seems like a little bit early for Catalyst. This turn is a bit of a mess, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Snecko oil here. I guess I should look and see what cards I'm randomizing the cost of. If we make Deadly Poison really expensive, we would be sad. But I guess we just have to roll the dice on that. Ah, crap. It is as I feared. I was playing some Into the Breach yesterday because the game that I'm making, because I'm a game developer, the game that I'm making is considering a mechanic that's sort of similar to how Into the Breach plays. And I tried the same trick. I tried exiting and re-entering, which is even a mechanic in Into the Breach. There's like a restart this turn button that you can only use once a fight, and it doesn't work. It saves every time you do something in that game, which I thought was funny. We could Deadly Poison and Catalyst now. and then defend. If we do that, he gets 8 poison from this, goes up to 15, and then it goes up to 31. It seems like enough. I used to do big studios, but now I am doing my own thing. So that's the reason why I'm doing this stream. The reason I'm doing this stream is to build a community of people who are interested in the same sorts of games that I'm making, sort of like Slay the Spire, and then sell those people my game is the plan. It's all a scheme. I'm not super happy about getting 31 poison out of Catalyst, but I think anything else would be too slow, so I'm going to do it. Then I think we defend for 5 and skewer somebody. Actually, shoot. I have to restart the fight again, because the correct play was to skewer somebody for 2 energy and not defend. I apologize to all of those who were sensitive about fight restarting. But that was clearly wrong. Okay. So we backstab and strike here, and then we melees for 3. And drink the regen pot. First thing was backflip, and then we deadly poisoned, and then since I'll do it exactly the same way, I'll exhaust those cards so that I can flying knee defend extra hard. Alright, and then this was the Snecko Oil turn, but I neutralized first because I didn't want to disrupt the 0 cost card. Alright. And because all the seeds and stuff are the same, all these costs get randomized exactly the same way, which is why I was really careful to like even play the concentrate on the same targets, because I didn't want to disrupt the randomness. Okay, and then 20 damage to one of these 2 blocks. We're going to keep something. I guess I'll keep the 1 mana defend, because everything else is too expensive. Okay, so he's taking 30 and then 29, so he's taking 59 damage over the next 2 turns, so we need to find a way to do 42 damage to him if we want to kill him before Gremlin Wizard attacks. This does 13. 13 plus 8 is 21, plus 6 is 27, so we'd have to do 15 damage next turn, which seems like we're pretty much guaranteed to get. So that seems fine. We could even skip one of the attacks. We could skip the strike to survive or defend. But the strike blocks for more than defend, so... Oh wait, the calculation had all the damage going into Gremlin later. So maybe I need to do that. Let's see, so he's at 88, 30 plus 29 is 59. Yeah, he's Gremlin later. 59, so we need 29 more damage. What is the most likely outcome for next turn damage? Minimum damage is defend, 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 neutralize, concentrate. Maximum damage is poison, stab, double deadly. Oh wait, that deadly poison costs 3 and will continue to cost 3. So maybe poison, stab, deadly, skewer, neutralize. Poison, deadly is 9 plus 7 is 16, plus 3 is 19, plus 20 from the skewer, so 39. So that would be plenty, but we can't guarantee that's going to happen. Yeah, I think I will attack like that, and then double defend. Try and walk the line between defending myself and dealing damage. Alright, we're at a pretty good health total here. Unfortunately, we didn't draw almost any damage. So let's backflip and see if we can find some. We have 5 energy. Ouch, 12 damage. Okay, so he dies if we just leave him alone for 2 turns. So maybe we can switch to Gremlin Wizard and kill him now. I don't think so, though, not with the Deadly Poison in hand. I think we just backflip again. If we get Skewer, we kill him. We did not get Skewer. Okay, so he's taking 29. He is at 21. This does 7, that does 9, so that's 16. 16 plus 6 is 22, so we got him. We have to concentrate to get enough energy, but we have that. Oh, right, I forgot about Snecko Skull, too. Run away! Alright, thanks, Meat on the Bone. I should say this more often. When you get Warpaint or whatever the other one is, it's very important that you do the card reward first before you pick the relic, because the card reward could give you a card that then you upgrade. I don't think we want any of these. Second Copy Backstab starts making the deck not very reliable for doing stuff on turn 1. This is not like a turn 1 focused deck. If we had taken the Mutagenic Strength, then we'd probably take Backstab here. And if we had like Marbles or something, you can get a pretty good turn 1 going. Ninja Scroll. Something with Bottled Flame. But that's not this deck. Yeah, so the Snecko Oil, it draws you 5 cards, but then it randomizes the cost of all the cards in your hand for the whole fight. Yeah. So we're going to skip this and just take the Warpaint. We were hoping for a Catalyst upgrade there, but that's okay. Okay, which path? We get an extra fire on the right, so let's go to the right. Also, we get an extra chance to turn it into a vampire. No. What do we want? Do we just want to leave? We could take 1 colorless card then leave. Taking 12 is a lot. We do have some healing though. We could get a potion and then leave. If we just leave, do we take an upgrade? I think we do. So I think we just leave, take an upgrade for Catalyst, and then after this fight, we'll see how we're feeling at this fire. Okay. As mentioned, upgrade Catalyst. Upgrading Catalyst is super important. We have to keep opening these, at least for a while. Probably the next time we want to open one of these, we're going to take the key. But I guess we'll do that at a time when it's more convenient to remove the curse. Although we're not guaranteed to get too many more of them. So maybe we should take one now. And hope that we can at least remove it, like, here. I think we just skip it, though. We might be forced to take one in Act 3, but, we might be able to set up our Act 3 pathing to go through a shop after the thing. Our Act 3 pathing is highly constrained by having to go to the Mega Elite, but that is just how it is. We're skipping here. Yeah, me too. I was really tempted to just open it. But it could be, it could be like almost game-endingly bad. So here we have Consecrate into Skewer Synergy, which I think is probably pretty good. We can also Flying Knee if we want to, save an energy for next turn. Yeah, the chests have different sizes, which and the bigger ones have better stuff. I think we're always backstabbing because we're using an attack this turn. I only get to play one card outside of Skewer, so I have to choose either Die or Flying Knee. Die does slightly more damage. Flying Knee gives me a next turn energy. I think I like the next turn energy, so I'll do Flying Knee. Ooh. Well-Laid Plans is good. I forgot about the ink bottle draw. I don't think you can get the Bell Curse from Curse Key. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure the Bell Curse is only from the Bell. Yeah, I think I'll just ignore Well-Laid Plans and just Skewer for 5. I did not know that was lethal. I was surprised. None of these are skills, so we're skipping them. The big chest also drops money, which is nice. I think we need to heal here, just because elites are scary. Here he is, the scariest of them all. The Book of Stabbing. Let's backflip to look for another deadly poison. That's disappointing. I think we might actually Swift Potion too. Yeah, we've got hand size, so let's Swift Potion, look for the other deadly poison, and then Catalyst. Yeah, we found it. Sweet. Alright, pretty good turn 1. I'll take it. Oh, really? I didn't know that, I feel like I never see money from the small one, but you must be right. We can do a Concentrate Malaise here, and give him -6 to, his... that actually blocks out this turn, because it makes him attack for 1 times 3, but then he's weak, so it rounds down. Seems pretty nice. We've got Book of Stabbing's number this fight. Piercing Wail too. It's just rude. We're playing cards here to set up Ink Bottle for the next fight, but I don't want to play Poison Stab because that kills him. Oh wait, I guess that's unavoidable, huh? No, I can play block cards next turn. Okay, well that went staggeringly well. Oh great, we like pivoted to build around Art of War, and then we get a friggin' shuriken on floor 29. Alright, fine. Can we do anything with that? I don't think we can do anything with that. We like maybe get 1 strength per fight. It's irritating. I mean, you know, it's just, we just ignore it, right? It's fine. It's just, it's so good if you're doing like Shiv stuff. If we got it back here, we'd be dead by now. We would have picked a bunch of Shiv things and failed. Let's backflip. We can proc Shuriken this turn, as though that mattered. But we can do that and Deadly Poison, so we probably will. Yeah, it's true. But whenever I see it, I like hard pivot towards it. I'm like, ooh, all right, there's a plan. Let's do it. I'm actually gonna poison the one with higher health. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it's super important that I execute one this turn, especially since I'm setting him to 16 and getting +1 strength. I mean, it happens, right? It's really good when it does happen. But it's really hard to make it happen, so we're just gonna ignore it here. Gross. We can Deadly Poison Catalyst to kill this one, probably. I did Skewer. I just, I didn't put Skewer and Deadly Poison on the same target. The thought was that I would kill this target next turn, and I would want the poison to keep ticking on the other one. It looks like the opposite of that is happening. So we'll just kill this one. And then well-laid plans? If we strike, we lose an energy next turn. We have Die coming up. So if we strike on the back one, we can kill him with Die. Okay. Piercing Whale is great, I guess. We can Piercing Whale, concentrate Malaise for 5 on the front one. We're taking 6 after we Piercing Whale, so maybe Piercing Whale defend. Oh wait, but then we can't Malaise. I guess we could just like Piercing Whale, double defend, Poison Stab. Okay. Malaise is not that good in this fight anyway. I guess I'll Flying Knee and keep the Malaise. So we can Malaise for 4, but let's backflip instead. And Survivor blocks out. Get in some damage. Proc Shuriken. Second time in the fight. There we go. Acrobatics is pretty good. We have 4 energy. We have Concentrate too, so like getting Acrobatics and Concentrate together is not unlikely. Also, it helps us find Catalyst. Just having Acrobatics in the deck means that we're more able to pass on taking bad Catalysts too, because we're more confident we'll be able to get it later when we need it. Okay. Snake Plant. Do we have Lethal? We have Backstab, Concentrate, Skewer. So we can do 60 damage with this, and that's 71. Almost. But no. So let's start with Backstab and then Backflip. And then I guess Survivor Deadly Poison Skewer. Piercing Whale's good. Wish I'd found it earlier. I'll take 8 to develop a big 40 damage skewer though. Maybe I should have fit the Deadly Poison in. Okay, so we're in the sort of critical health range where we want to get to exactly 35 so that we heal to 47. Whenever we're between 35 and 47, we want to be thinking about that. We can weaken and give Snake Plant minus strength so that he gets us closer to that range. So let's do that now. So he's doing 9. So that we go to 33. That was a little bit more than I thought he was attacking for. So I kind of messed this up a little bit. But Meat on the Bone is now triggered. We can Acrobatics to go find Deadly Poison, and then Deadly Poison, Poison Stab, Die. Except we didn't find it. So he's set up for lethal. We'll play one card next turn to get Ink Bottle set up. Alright, I don't think we take any of these. We could take another Poison Stab to increase our Shuriken proc rate, but I don't think so. We're at pretty good health total. We could rest. We kind of overheal a little bit. I'm not even sure what I'm smithing, though. Maybe malaise? Maybe concentrate. I was pretty upset when I got concentrate randomly, but it's been actually doing a lot of work with the malaise and the card that I can't see because it's upgraded. Skewer. It just says one extra. It's not super exciting. Well-Laid Plans gets 2 cards, which is pretty exciting. Neutralize gets an extra stack of weak. Let's do Well-Laid Plans. Catalyst, you're early. Okay, let's get a Shuriken proc, I guess. And now we can use Well-Laid Plans to hold on to Piercing Wail and Catalyst. Pretty convenient. Probably want to block with Piercing Wail here. Even though it's not a multi-attack, it still blocks for 14 plus 8. 22. Which is a lot to do for 1 energy. So let's do that, and then Acrobatics. See what else we're getting. Looks like we're just going to double defend this turn. Maybe keep Catalyst and die. We need some strength scaling, or dex scaling. We didn't get Ancient Writing or anything, so our defense feel really weak. Oh, we should not play the Skewer. We have the competing Art of War versus Shuriken, so like sometimes it's correct to play Skewer for 0, but sometimes it's incorrect. What are we keeping? I forgot. I guess die and Catalyst. Probably don't even really need to keep Catalyst. I'm keeping it just because it's the kind of card you want to line up with other stuff, but that other stuff is going to come around really slowly, so I could just wait for the next shuffle. Speaking of other stuff, here's Deadly Poison. We can backflip into backflip, and trying to get more poison. Oh, I guess we can't, because backflip's the last card. We've already used an attack this turn, so let's go ahead and die. Just get that out of the way. Defend or concentrate? Let's keep the defend. Snecko Skull gives you an extra 1 poison every time you apply poison. Works great. Let's use that backflip to block. So currently, it would triple it to 69. Nice. And then add 1, so go to 70. 70 is not bad. I guess we could Poison Stab and then Catalyst. With Poison Stab and Catalyst, it goes up to 26, and then triples to 78, is that right? Um, yeah, goes up to 78, and then wait, so 78 into 240 is approximately 3. So that seems pretty good. We're taking 24 minus 8. Taking some damage for sure. We can't fit in a concentrate, we don't have enough cards in hand. But I think it's go time. I don't think we can wait too much longer. I guess the other plan is we could try and kill one of the torch heads and block out. So we could do 11 plus 9 is 20 damage. And then we'd have to strike to kill him. Take 4. We would also proc Shuriken if we did that. We definitely risk waiting too long for Catalyst, but we save a bunch of health to do that. Yeah, I think it's right to save the health. Plus we develop Flying Knee for next turn. Oh my god. I guess I have to discard Catalyst, because I do not want to half-complete that plan. Great. We are frail, so we don't get much efficiency out of our blocks, so we could just malaise for 5 on the collector. Take 18, go to 22. Let's see. We could block for 6 and take 12 instead, to malaise for 4. Seems like a reasonable compromise. Yeah, I think we waited too long. Because he should be at, like, he should be dying this turn, basically, if we'd used Catalyst at the right time. Whereas now we're, like, barely even blocking. I guess we'll just block out the best we can. And let's see, do we die? No. But almost. Oh, we do die. Okay. Yeah, I think that fight was winnable. I think I goofed. I tried to save some health by blocking the torch bots, but I should have just taken a bunch of damage to develop 80 poison on the collector. That was the right turn to go, but I missed it. Didn't really feel like a totally ready to go, like, game was on lockdown. Act 3 deck. It had a Catalyst, it had some pieces. The meat on the bone was really nice. Snecko Skull was working, but it didn't have, like, Burst, it didn't have Wraith Form, didn't have Apparitions. But it definitely could have been a game winner if I'd played it better, I think.